That's kind of the idea. I would like just to be able, like when my hand moves a piece, I want that move or like the average of my moves to be better than they are currently. Alrighty, folks. So let me introduce this show. This is Kostya Goes For GM. And basically, I'm making the show to kind of like track and my progress and my path towards the GM title. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Honestly, I'm really not sure. It's really tough. But the thing is, every time I stream, every time I play, there's always someone that's asking me like whether I'm going for a GM norm or a GM title. And honestly, it's always been kind of a funny question for me because for me, it's like asking if I'm gonna try to like win all my games in my next tournament, and the answer is like, yeah, of course. Like I'm gonna try to win all my games if if I can. Like if I win all my games, I'll get GM norms. Like that would be great. This show actually, I think this series is gonna be pretty similar to another show you guys might have seen before, Jesse's Road Back to 2500, which had like a first series that was really interesting. Then he like rebooted it. Now I think maybe there's going to be like another reboot. I'm not sure. Hopefully soon. But that show is always very fun for me to watch. And this one's going to be kind of similar in style, where the plan is to just kind of share with you guys what I'm doing on a maybe like a weekly basis, and kind of track the stuff I'm doing in terms of like my chess training, and also some of my work with the dojo and stuff. So that's kind of where the title comes from. Do I actually think I'm gonna like make the GM title one day? Honestly, I don't really know. It's really tough. Like my current FIDE rating is just about like 2400. It's been 2400 for the last several years, ever since I made IM back towards the end of 2016. Do I feel like I've improved my chess since then? Quite a bit, actually. I feel like I'm like a completely different player than who I was when I actually made the IM title. And I feel like I have so much more knowledge and experience at this point, even though it hasn't really translated into results necessarily. My goal for my own chess, to be perfectly honest, not just to get to the title. That's just kind of the next thing, because I'm an IM now, and that's the next title. Actually, I've been wanting to get to GM ever since, probably since before I was even an FM. But when I got to FM, I remember thinking like, okay, now I should go for IM norms or an IM title, and then I was like 2350, 2360, and I was kind of like struggling to get the last norm, and I was already thinking like, well, like what does it matter? Like my goal is anyway to get to GM, right? So whether I get this third IM norm, like at my next tournament, or like 6 months from now, or like I work really hard and I get in like a year, it doesn't really matter at that point. Like I'm still gonna be trying to get to GM, and I can confirm now as an IM that yeah, that's still the goal. Like I still just want to get to GM. But even if I don't get to GM, I'm still very much interested in just like improving my chess. Like I like playing chess. I like playing good chess. I like winning games. I like playing games that I'm proud of, games that are interesting or instructive, or contribute to chess theory or practice in some way. I think it's honestly just like a real blessing to be able to play it, at a high level. So I definitely very much enjoy playing the game, and I also enjoy improving. And I feel like a big part of improvement is having some kind of motivation, and something that you're looking forward to. I feel like negative motivation is also a thing. You don't want to show up to your next tournament and play terrible, so that kind of pushes you to work a little bit harder along the way. Yeah, so this is just the first episode. And by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, then it's probably going to get cut and edited into some kind of more digestible fashion. But you're more than welcome to watch these episodes as they record on Twitch if you just kind of want to see the whole thing. So I'm also going to be doing some chess work today, and hopefully crossing some stuff off that I need to do. And my goal for the show is to kind of record one of these episodes maybe like once a week, Monday or so. I'm going to be doing some traveling in the next coming months, so it will be definitely difficult, but I think doable to kind of just document and figure out and track what I've been doing. Actually, let me show you guys a little bit of like my roadmap for the show. Honestly, it's just my roadmap for like my life. Like this is just what I'm doing in my life in general, and then I'm gonna be able to kind of keep track. And actually, this has been very helpful to just organize some of my recent priorities. So here are the main things that I am kind of hoping to work on over the next several weeks. So number one, I have to analyze my recent games and results. So I've played a bunch in the last couple months. I played like 5 tournaments in the last 2 months or so, 3 months maybe. Some really strong events, some norm events, some open tournaments. Some went well, some went not so well. Really kind of up and down and all over the place, and lots to kind of look at and analyze and psychoanalyze. And yeah, I definitely need to not just analyze the games, but also kind of analyze the results, which actually is something that I've already started to do. I'll probably talk about it in next week's episode, I imagine. And when I say analyze results, I mean kind of like figure out how I'm scoring against higher rated players, lower rated players, what openings I'm doing well with or struggling with, and seeing if I can kind of analyze some of my like stats and see if I can come up with some ideas as to what I need to improve for the future. Actually, I already have some ideas on this, but I want to do kind of like a more robust analysis, and also include the games from like my recent 2 tournaments, which I haven't really factored in too much. So that's kind of like I think the most important thing I need to do in terms of my own chess, and then I have like a number of things I already know I need to work on when it comes to my game that I'll show you guys in a bit. I'm also just going to be like doing the dojo training program, and when I say that, I mean not just like running it, but also like going through it and trying to like check off boxes. Like probably gonna do the Polgar book. I'll do some like Puzzle Rush Survival at some point. Actually, today I've been testing the Lichess Puzzle Storm quite a bit, so I'm actually going to be releasing those targets for the program pretty soon, or I guess posting my suggestions. We'll see what comes of that. And then yeah, there's like lots of books to be studied, lots of like end games to be sparred. The games have to be annotated. That's part of the program as well. And so yeah, lots and lots of boxes to be checked off. And then of course I've been working on this King's Indian course, which is very important to me because this is like just my favorite opening in chess, and I'm very, very happy and excited to share my thoughts and ideas on how to play the opening. I think it can score people a lot of free points from the black side against inexperienced D4 players. So I'm very, very pumped to do the course, and that's just like a major priority for me. That's just something I'm working on pretty much every day. Okay, and let me show you guys. Actually, I came up with a little tracker here to kind of keep me motivated and give me something fun. I spent a couple hours show you guys this here last night setting this up. Actually, I have to credit another YouTuber. I think their name was Anyusha, and she had this like Google Sheet tracker, and I kind of modified it to make it my own. But basically, as you guys can see, I listed out the stuff that I kind of want to focus on and do. And there's quite a bit of stuff actually, as you can see. And the idea is not to do everything every single day. I think that would be way too hard. I mean, especially just even the chess stuff, that would be way too much just for one day. But a lot of this stuff I do want to be doing at least a couple times throughout the week. And one thing I haven't done is actually figured out like my goals, like how much I actually want to get done. But it's in the range of maybe like 5-6 tasks per day. I think would be good. So let's go through the list. Maybe I can explain some of this stuff a little bit more specifically. So first we have the chess category, which, okay, a lot of the stuff is self-explanatory, but we have game analysis, which I'll probably be doing in a little bit, and then calculation training. I actually started this last month where I was just doing like an hour of calculation training and kind of tracking my results for each session. I think I'm going to continue to do that. I found it a lot of fun to track my like results on a day-to-day basis, and assign myself like a performance rating based on how well I did. I'll probably share with you guys. I'll happily share this spreadsheet if anyone wants to use it as like a template or something. I'll share with you guys my calculation tracker as well. Maybe show that next week or so. But yeah, then okay, I'm a 2400 player. I got to do some opening prep. I'm sorry, Jesse and David, but that's just the life of a professional IM. Especially when you're playing like sharp openings like King's Indian and stuff, like you really got to be on it. I don't know how much opening work I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks, because honestly, it's hard to motivate yourself to do work on openings if you're not actually playing anytime soon. And so my next tournament's not for 2 months, so I don't feel like openings might not be the biggest concern right now, but definitely is something that I do need to work on regularly, because my repertoire is honestly full of holes. So yeah, speaking of actually, sparring was the next category. Okay, I do this a little bit with David every week, but yeah, I feel like especially for OTB players, it's just like one of the most important things is showing up in good form. And I had a recent tournament that went pretty badly, and I think one of the biggest things I wasn't doing leading up to the event was just like playing OTB and just practicing the thing that it's all about, like playing chess with a clock and without any kind of any kind of outside distractions or anything like that. As it turns out, even if you get a decent position out of the opening, you still have to calculate and come up with ideas and plans during the game, and it's really hard if you're out of practice. So I think sparring has to be a regular part of the training. End game work as well, I think this is pretty self-explanatory. I'll definitely be working on the end games, whether it's through Endgame Sensei or the Rook endgame progression, or I'll be reading Agard's new book on the endgame, the huge matter of endgame technique. And then I included general studying as a category. I just added this because I don't know, sometimes I read books that maybe aren't, wouldn't count for any of these other sections, and I feel like I want to check something off, right? If I go through like Life and Games and Mikhail Tal or some other book, I feel like I should be able to check a box off if I do some OTB studying, or place it through some Karpov games or some Smyslov games. Okay, and then I got my dojo work, where basically, yeah, I mean, I'll be probably doing dojo work every day. I already did some earlier today. And then I got the King's Indian course. I want to work on that a little bit every day. I haven't done any today, but I'll probably be doing that a little bit later. Then I'll be working on this Trompowsky course. That's also a leak. I don't think I mentioned that yet for Chessable. But that won't be out for a couple months, but that's definitely something I need to work on as well. And yeah, I figured I also might as well track my Twitch streams, because I don't really stream every day, but I try to stream a couple days a week. Obviously, people like it when I stream, so I feel like it's definitely an achievement. In fact, I should really check this out, because I'm streaming right now, so this counts. And then with YouTube video, the idea is not to like make a fresh YouTube video every single day, but if I do make a video, or if I clip a stream like this one and then turn it into a YouTube video, I feel like that I'll probably count that as well. And then we got some life tasks, probably pretty self-explanatory. I got to do other stuff and sometimes work for other folks or create some content. So yeah, random stuff goes into the life category. I also feel like physical exercise, very important if you want to be a successful chess player. So working out, something that I should be doing as much as I can. So decided to track that as well. And then sleep also super important. And this will just be tracking if I go to sleep at a reasonable time. I was thinking something like midnight is kind of reasonable for me. Past that, I feel like, oof, I'm cutting into the next day, literally. But if I go to bed before that, then I feel like, okay, that's pretty cool. So if I get to bed by 12, I'll get to check that off. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I find it kind of fun, to track stuff, and I feel like it's good for like motivation and also accountability, because now I'm gonna have to be here next week, and I'll have to show you guys my tracker, and if it's empty, it's just gonna be like humiliating. So like now I have to do this stuff, right? It's how this works. Actually, the reason I wanted to do the woodpecker method back in the day and stream the whole thing because I had a feeling, I was like just like living like on my own, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll start the woodpecker method for like a couple days, but if I'm not like no one's watching me, if we're not streaming, yeah, I might just quit after like 3 4 days, just get bored or skip a day and just like not finish. But I started streaming it knowing that like I would have to finish, and then it worked out great because I ended up doing the whole book, and it was very useful for the calculation. Yeah, I should mention actually. I don't think I mentioned it earlier. I have no norms. I mean, I've been close maybe a couple times or so, but no, I got no norms. So I want to say not that close to the title. Do I think it takes innate talent to be a GM? Do I think I have it? Honestly, I'm not sure. I have no idea. My best guess on this would be I think you need like a minimum of something, whatever you want to call it, like brain power, right? And as I think as long as you have some minimum, I don't know what the minimum is, no idea, but as long as you have some minimum, and then depending on however much you start with, you might need more or less training, right? So if you start with a ton of brain power and you're super talented, then maybe you don't need as much training to get to GM level as the next guy. So where I land on there, I don't know. I have no idea, but I have had a lot of training in my life, so um, I feel like do have what it takes to be a GM, if that makes sense. But it's certainly going to take a ton of hard work. I don't think I can just like show up tomorrow and just start playing like 2600 level chess. Yeah, actually, I showed my whole the whole thing. I was all the things I wanted to work on, but to quickly summarize it, I definitely got to work on my calculation, my end games, uh, my openings, and like just kind of like my general ability to play chess. I would like my ability to play chess to be higher than it currently is. And I don't know what it takes exactly, but I think it's like a lot of sparring, a lot of solving, a lot of analysis. Just I think it takes a lot of different things, right? But it's kind of the idea. I would like just to be able, like when my hand moves a piece, I want that move or like the average of my moves to be better than they are currently.